or let's wipe their existence out so no one comes looking for them, so we don't get caught doing this bad thing. But it's not really that. It's,
I've always been confused. At the end, you have the goofy Deputy Winston character, the party man character.
Howdy, ma'am. Everything's fine. Just go back inside, have yourself a big 40, just party.
Okay.
And we have Boy Meets World is in the hospital, and then it cuts to Deputy Winston driving the car, and he's like talking back to him. And it almost feels like it was shot later without Boy Meets World there, because he doesn't respond, but Deputy Winston talks to him as if he responded.
We're gonna have a long night of partying, man. I'm gonna tell you that, a long night. I ain't got no water, man. I only got some 40.
And then we see all of his friends being burned on a bonfire, and then it just cuts to him in a pond or in the lake. Yeah. And I was like, how did he get there? Did Deputy Winston toss him there?
It's not explained.
I've always been confused about what the hell happened.
I think they're two unrelated things, because there's two police officers and a doctor, and they're asking Boy Meets World what happened. And he starts telling them the truth. You know, a crazy guy who was infected with a virus came to our cabin, blah, 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 blah. And the dynamic between all the characters. Like you said, if you wanted to make a virus movie about where 5 or 6 main characters all turn on each other, you need to set up all these like complicated internal conflicts. The only thing they had was the Boy Meets World kid was in love with the blonde-haired girl.
Don't be gay.
And she's a little flaky.
And the one guy is a law student, and he's a germaphobe. And then the other guy with the FU hat, he is also kind of like a hothead. He's also germaphobe, but he gets really angry.
He's the biggest douchebag. He's the most obnoxious. He wants to shoot squirrels because they're gay. I don't know if you noticed this. He has a date on his T-shirt.
What is that?
That is the date that the Olsen twins turn 18.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes. So it's like it's slimy, but that's one of the things I think is kind of interesting is what, like, he's portrayed as the biggest dickhead and the biggest obnoxious character. But the minute that things start to get serious, he kind of takes control.
He's the most rational.
And he's like, because the blonde girl gets infected, and they're trying to rush in the room to help her, and he's like, no, he's like yelling at them to stay out.
Well, at first the infected patient 0 guy comes to the door. He's like, don't let him in.
So I thought that was interesting that you have the most obnoxious character who ends up kind of taking the most control as the movie goes along.
Well, you could twist up all the, the tropes and the stereotypes, like, I think that he kind of did that, because the blonde and the Boy Meets World guy, whatever the fuck his name is.
He's Boy Meets World forever.
She seems to be the most pure one. We'll
talk more about Eli Roth. But it's that classic case of a first-time filmmaker just saying I'm gonna put everything I love into this movie. So there's elements of like 80s sex comedies. There's Evil Dead. There's 70s grindhouse stuff. And
Evil Dead 2 is another good example alongside Shaun of the Dead, where it knows exactly what it is. And you're saying he's throwing everything in the kitchen sink in there because he can. And that's one of the unique qualities of the movie. Since it was independently made, there wasn't a big studio going